Hi, today I'm making Jamaican curry goat, and instead of serving it with a traditional rice and peas, I'm making something a little lighter on the side, Jamaican-style stewed cabbage with carrots, bell pepper, tomato, and thyme. The goat will cook slowly in Jamaican curry spices until it's tender, while the cabbage takes only about 20 minutes to prepare. Welcome back to Cooking Show at Home. If you love discovering traditional dishes and recipes from around the world, subscribe to Cooking Show at Home for more international food and easy recipes you can make in your own kitchen. So let's get started. I have 1.5 pounds of goat meat already cut into medium-sized pieces. For the meat, I'll use about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of Jamaican curry powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of white pepper. For the cabbage, I'll season it with 1 teaspoon of white pepper, a pinch of black pepper, and salt to taste at the end. I'll need 1 medium onion, thinly sliced, and I'll divide it between the goat and the cabbage. 2 green onions, also sliced, 1 for the goat and 1 for the cabbage. I'll use 6 cloves of minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of freshly minced or grated ginger, for the goat only, and about 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme leaves, 1 teaspoon for the goat and 1 for the cabbage. I'll also need 6 teaspoons or about 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce for the goat. And of course, we need some Scotch bonnet pepper, but since I was not able to find it, I'll substitute it with habanero. This pepper is very hot, so you can adjust the amount depending on how spicy you like your food. Next, I'll need about 2 cups of any broth, 2 medium potatoes for the curry, half of a medium cabbage, fresh thyme, half of a large carrot, 1 medium tomato for the cabbage, a pinch of black pepper, and half of a sweet bell pepper, also for the cabbage only. Now let's start cooking. First, I'll pat the goat pieces dry with a paper towel to remove any excess liquid. This will help the meat brown better. After that, I'll add 1 teaspoon of white pepper and 1 teaspoon of salt. I'll mix everything well and make sure all of the pieces are evenly seasoned. Into a medium-heavy pot or Dutch oven, I'll add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. Once the oil is hot, I'll add the goat meat. I'm going to spread the pieces out as much as possible and let them develop some nice color. We don't need to completely cook the goat at this stage, we're just browning the outside. And these browned areas on the meat, together with everything caramelizing on the bottom of the pot, will give our curry much more flavor. I'll turn the pieces and continue browning them for a few more minutes. Once the goat has developed some nice color, I'll add about 2 to 2.5 tablespoons of Jamaican curry powder. I'll stir the curry powder into the meat and let it cook in the hot oil for about 1 to 2 minutes. This is an important step because heating the curry powder in the oil helps release the aroma and flavor of the spices. Next, while the goat is still cooking, I'll mince 6 cloves of garlic, thinly slice the onion, and grate the ginger. Now I'll add half of the minced garlic, half of the sliced onion, and all of the grated ginger to the pot with the meat. I'll mix everything well and then add about 1 teaspoon of fresh thyme. Next, I'll slice and add 1 green onion. Then I'll add 1 whole habanero pepper and 6 teaspoons of tomato sauce. Finally, I'll add 2 cups of broth. If that's not enough to almost cover the goat, I'll add some water. There's no exact amount because it depends on the size and shape of your pot. In my case, I used about 1 additional cup of water. And while I'm adding the liquid, I'll scrape the bottom of the pot to release all of those brown bits. That's flavor, and we definitely don't want to leave it behind. I'll bring everything to a boil. Once it starts boiling, I'll reduce the heat to low, cover the pot, and let the goat gently simmer. Goat meat needs some patience. Even though I'm making a smaller quantity today, the individual pieces still need plenty of time to become tender. So I'll cook it for approximately 2 hours, and possibly longer depending on the meat. I'll check it every 30 minutes or so, give it a gentle stir, and add a little more water if the liquid gets too low. And I'll be careful with that habanero. I want it to stay intact. While the goat is slowly cooking, let's prepare our Jamaican-style cabbage. I'll start by shredding about half of a medium cabbage, around 12 ounces, or roughly 4 cups once it's shredded. I'll remove the hard center and slice the cabbage into fairly thin strips. I'll also use half of a large carrot. I'll cut it into thin strips so it cooks quickly but still keeps a little texture. Next, I'll slice about half of a bell pepper. You can use red, green, yellow, or a combination. I'm using bell pepper not only for flavor, but also because it adds some beautiful color to the cabbage. I'll also chop the remaining half of the onion. One green onion. The remaining garlic. And 1 medium tomato. Fresh thyme. Now I'll add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil to a skillet or medium saucepan over medium-low heat. I'll add the onion, garlic, and green onion first. I'll sauté everything for about 2 minutes. I don't want to brown the onions, I just want them to soften and start flavoring the oil. Next, I'll add the chopped bell pepper. I'll cook that for another minute or 2 until the bell pepper begins to soften. And now the carrot and cabbage go in. It might look like a lot at first, but cabbage loses quite a bit of volume as it cooks. Finally, I'll add 1 teaspoon of white pepper and a pinch of black pepper. I'll toss everything together, reduce the heat, and cover the pan. There's usually enough natural moisture in the cabbage to help it steam, so I'm not adding any liquid right now. But if your pan looks completely dry, you can add just a tablespoon or 2 of water. I'll let the cabbage cook covered for about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, the cabbage is ready. I'll add salt to taste and turn off the heat. Now let's go back to our curry goat. First, I tasted the sauce and decided to remove the habanero pepper. Even though I kept it whole, the sauce was already spicy enough, and since the curry still had more time to cook, I didn't want it to become too hot. After around 2 hours, I'll check the meat with a fork. If it's still firm, I'm not going to rush it. Just let it continue cooking until the meat becomes tender. My goat is ready, so now I'll add 2 diced potatoes to the curry, and cook everything for another 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. This is exactly the consistency I'm looking for. The sauce is rich and thick, and I can easily separate the meat with a fork. Now we're ready to serve. Today, instead of rice, I'm putting a generous portion of our Jamaican-style stewed cabbage on the plate. And right next to it goes the curry goat. I'll add a couple of pieces of goat, some potato, And definitely a good spoonful of that thick curry gravy. Actually, let's add just a little more. And that's our Jamaican-inspired dinner, slow-cooked curry goat with stewed cabbage. Let's give it a try. First, the goat. That's really good. The meat is very tender and you get a deep curry flavor with the garlic, ginger, onion, and thyme. Now let's try the cabbage. And it's especially good when a little of that curry gravy gets onto the cabbage. If you've never made Jamaican curry goat at home before, I definitely recommend giving it a try. And let me know in the comments, would you serve your curry goat with rice and peas, Jamaican-style cabbage, fried plantains, or something else? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cooking Show at Home if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.